Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Amber, and another month, another TBR jar. It's gonna be our standard. I'm probably gonna pick, I don't know, I didn't double check, which I never do every single month, so it comes as no surprise. I didn't check to see what was coming out this month. I don't have anything in my calendar, so that means when I made my 2025 releases that I want to read, none of the ones that were like at the top of the want to read are coming out this month. So there may have been some announced since then that I am unaware of. That seems to be the trend the last couple months. But I'm going to dump these out and kind of mix them up and put them back in the jar. And we're just going to pick 8 prompts. Do I ever even read close to 8? No, not a chance. And I'll try and stick to it. But I kind of make these more because I like making them. I have a fun time making them, not because I'm actually going to do it. I'm really bad at sticking to my TBR jar picks. I am very much so a mood reader. So, I picked 2, so we're going to go with both of them. A horror book. All right. A mystery thriller book. Interesting. An author you've never read. A book with a purple cover. I have two of the same prompts in here. I just got a book with a purple cover again. The thing is, why I have this in here twice when I don't even have a lot of books with purple covers in them. So we're just going to get rid of the bigger one, and that one doesn't count. So we have 4 right now. The next book in a series. All right, good. I need it. I got a whole lot of series I'm in the middle of. A book that matches your outfit. Well, I'm not wearing a fun outfit today, so that's unfortunate. A book with food on the cover. This TBR jar hates me. It hates me. I swear I've gotten this for like 3 or 4 months in a row now. And I only have 2 books with food on the cover. And I don't want to read either of them. That's unfortunate. 1, 2, 7. One more. A book with flowers on the cover. Good. All right. I'm going to pick those. So starting off, we're going to talk about the next book in a series, and that's going to be Reckless by Elsie Silver. This is the 4th book in the Chestnut Spring series. Can't go wrong with a cowboy romance in the summer. Plus, seeing Theo in the last book, which was Powerless, with Summer's sister, Winter. I was like, yeah, give me that book right now. Give me that book. I had it and I didn't start it. I kind of wish I would have, because I'm still currently thinking about that. I need this. Plus, I really want to get to Hopeless. I really want to see Beau's story, if we're being honest. So, anyway, this one, yeah, like I said, you're following Theo and Winter. Theo is Rhett from the first book, his, like, prodigy. He's a bull rider. And Winter is Summer's, like, grumpy sister who, I think she's a doctor. So you kind of have Theo as, like, the young, energetic, optimistic type, and Winter's the polar opposite. I love a good grumpy sunshine. Can't go wrong with it. I like that it's reversed, too. I'll take it. Plus, I feel like I'm really interested to see Winter's story. She is not perceived well in the first book, and I am interested to see if she gets a redemption. I feel like she's going to. I'd be surprised if the whole book doesn't give her a redemption, but I'm interested to see more of her backstory and, like, everything she's gone through to be the way that she is perceived in Summer's book. So I'm super excited for this one. Can't wait. Next up, we have a book with flowers on the cover. That is going to Fragile Enchantment by Allison Saft. I've been putting this off since, like, last year. Whenever it came out, I got it. And then I just never read it. But this is YA. I've talked about this multiple times. So this one, you're following our main character, and she is a seamstress, and she can weave magic into all of her work. But it does take a little bit out of her every single time. So to make the most out of, like, the rest of the time that she has, and to leave something for her sister before she passes to take care of her, she decides to take the job for doing the royal wedding. So she gets there and she starts working with the prince, and they develop a friendship. They have a lot of chemistry, and that is noticed by a journalist who goes to her and says, if you don't help me uncover like the secret to the royal family, I'm gonna expose you in an article. I'm excited for this. It is still kind of the feeling of spring. It's not quite warm enough here. We have hot days, but a lot of the days are colder. So I feel like this is still a fitting setting. It gives me more of like spring vibes, and that's how it feels right now. So I want to hurry up and get to that before it becomes the height of summer here. Next, we have a book with a purple cover, and I'm giving that to Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. I've had this one on my TBR again since it came out, and I just never read it. I have a really bad habit of binge buying books and then never getting to any of them and reading a bunch of Kindle Unlimited and Libby books instead. I almost used this as the food because it has apples on it, and I'm sick of picking the same 2 books, which is Before the Coffee Gets Cold or Promises and Pomegranates, every month that I get the damn food prompt. I'm not kidding you. I have probably 20 plus prompts in here, and you're telling me that for the last like 4 months I've gotten the food one? Why? Anyway, rant over. I really don't know much about this at all. So I'm going to read the synopsis. Assistant wanted, notorious high-ranking villain seeks loyal, level-headed assistant for unspecified office duty, supporting staff for random mayhem and terror, and other dark things in general. Discretion is a must. Excellent benefits. With ailing family to support, Evie Sage's employment status isn't just important, it's vital. So when a mishap with Renaudon's most How do you say that? Renaudon's most infamous villain results in a job offer. Naturally, she says yes. No job is perfect, of course, but even less so when you develop a teeny crush on your terrifying, temperamental, and undeniably hot boss. Don't find evil so attractive, Evie. But just when she's getting used to severed heads suspended from the ceiling and the odd squish of an errant eyeball underneath her heel, Evie suspects this dungeon has a huge rat, and not just the literal kind, because something rotten is growing in the kingdom of... I'm done saying that word, because I know I'm saying it wrong. And someone wants to take the villain and his entire nefarious empire out. Now Evie must not only resist ruling over her boss, but also figure out exactly who is sabotaging his work and ensure he makes them pay. After all, a good job is hard to find. I see really good things about this book. And I know that there is a sequel out. I think it's out, pretty sure. I think it's time to finally read this book. Then we have a mystery/thriller, and this is a new release from last month, 2 months ago. Something in the Walls by Daisy Pierce. Newly minted child psychologist Mina has little experience. In a field where the first people called her experts, she's been unable to get her feet wet. Instead, she aimlessly spends her days stuck in the stifling heat wave sweeping across Britain and anxiously contemplating her upcoming marriage to careful, precise researcher Oscar. The only reprieve from her small closed world is attending the local bereavement group to mourn her brother's death from years ago. That is until she meets journalist Sam Hunter at the grief group one day, and he has a proposition for her. Alice Weber is a 13-year-old girl who claims she's been haunted by a witch. Living with her family in their crowded home in the remote village of Benathel, Alice's symptoms are increasingly disturbing and money is tight. Taking this job will give Mina some experience. Sam will get the scoop of a lifetime and Alice will get better, Mina is sure of it. But instead of improving, Alice's behavior becomes increasingly inexplicable and intense. The town of Benathel has a deep history of superstition and witchcraft. They believe there is evil in the world, they believe there are ways of dealing with it, and they don't expect outsiders to understand. As Mina races to uncover the truth behind Alice's condition, the dark cracks of Benathel begin to show. Mina is desperate to understand how deep their sinister traditions go, and how her own past may be the biggest threat of all. Then we have a horror book, and that goes to Misery by Stephen King. I've never read a Stephen King book. I figured something shorter was the route to go. So this one, you're following a best-selling author, and he ends up in an automobile accident, and his nurse is taking care of him in like her remote cabin, but she finds out that he's planning to kill off her favorite character from his series, and she's like his #1 fan, so she ends up keeping him in this remote cabin and forcing him to write the story that she wants and using different tools and that to kind of get him to write this story. So yeah, that sounds interesting. Then we have an author you've never read, and that is going to On Wings of Blood by Briar Bolin. I did have this on my TBR last month. I did not read it. This is also KU. I hear very mixed things on this book. I am so sorry if you can hear that clicking. It is extremely windy outside and my light's outside. are hitting my window. Really sorry if you can hear that and that's annoying. At Bloodwing Academy, blood is power and love is a dangerous game. I didn't sign up for this. A half-fae in a school of high-blood vampires, that's a recipe for torment. I'm Medra Pendragon, last of the Dragon Riders, or so they tell me. Funny thing is, there are no dragons left. Not a single one, but somehow that hasn't stopped the vampires from deciding I'm worth capturing. Now I'm stuck at Bloodwing Academy, where the high-bloods run everything, and Blightborn like me were just blood in their veins, pawns in their game. But that's not even the worst part. Enter Blake Drakeharrow, cold, arrogant, and way too gorgeous for his own good. He's been tormenting me since the moment we met, and now, thanks to some ancient ritual, we're betrothed. He acts like he owns me, but I'm not going down without a fight. Bloodwing isn't just a school, it's a battlefield. High bloods fight for power, and if you're weak, you're dead. Between deadly competitions, lies that could get me executed, and a dragon-shaped secret looming over my head, all I have to do is survive. Easy, right? Except I'm starting to think that the real danger isn't the academy, it's what I'm becoming in this twisted game of power. And Blake, he might just be the one who pushes me over the edge. They think they can control me, they think they can use me, but they have no idea what they've awakened. We'll see how that one goes. Next up, we have a book that matches my outfit, which my outfit is very boring. It's a black sweatshirt and gray sweatpants. Forgot that one was in there. I kind of wish I would have had a cooler outfit on. But anyway, we're going to go with Throne of Broken Gods by Amber Nicole. I think I'm further than this. I think I'm at like more of the 40-45%. I have been reading on my Kindle because this is also Kindle Unlimited. But really good. I did stop reading this to read Manacled. But then I got sidetracked by whatever the second book is in the Witchwalker series. I got sidetracked by that book because I had put a hold on it through Libby and it came in. So I decided to read that. And I really want to get back to this because I do really love this series and I do really like this book. But forewarning, this book doesn't look that thick, but I'm telling you, these things feel like a lifetime. Not complaining. I do like it. I don't want this series to end. I love the characters. Diana, favorite character of all time. Her and Aelin are tied for me. Very similar, but Diana is way more sarcastic. And I love sarcasm. So she might even be my favorite character. I do really want to get back to this, but my pea brain lately cannot for the life of me focus on books. Cannot do it. I have a very, very hard time. I'm not sure what's going on. It could be the caffeine. Most likely it's the caffeine. Anyway, this book is 616 pages, but I'm telling you, it probably has as many words as Kingdom of Ash. I'm going to look up the word count because I'm telling you, 113,038 words. Okay, I lied. They're not even close. But I'm telling you, it feels like it. Kingdom of Ash is 272,682. The thing with this book is, look at how many words are on a page. The margins are non-existent. There are no margins in this book. And it is a big paperback. Like, I don't know if I trust that word count. Anyway, that was a huge rant that I did not need to go in. The amount of times that I have to tab in this book, the amount of times that I have a fat grin on my face from something that either Liam or Diana has said, insane. Pretty much all my tabs have to do with something they've said to each other. They kill me in the best way possible. The sarcasm, the things that are said, eating it up. Highly suggest you pick this series up. I've talked about this book many times, so I feel like not this book in particular, but like the Book of Azrael. I've ranted and raved about that book multiple times. I love it. It's pretty much everything that I had hoped that Crescent City would have been. It's like, I don't personally like fantasy books that are set in the modern day. It just throws me off. This has modern day items in it, but it's set almost, I don't know how do you describe that. It's like modern day, but it doesn't feel like modern day, you know? It's got like enough detailing to separate you from where I felt like Crescent City just really made it seem more so modern day with like a subtle bit of fantasy. This one focuses a lot more on the fantasy aspect. But yeah, you're following like gods and demons throughout this whole series, and you would think that it'd be like the good versus evil, but both sides are very gray. There is no fine line of good and evil. Even the gods are very morally gray, which I love because I don't know, there's something about having like the main male character is supposedly supposed to be a god but still having like the morally gray tendencies. I feel like I'm doing a very, very bad job at convincing you to read it, but I'm telling you, you should read it because it is very good. Last book is a book with food on the cover. Now, hear me out. This is a very far stretch. Like, I am hard reaching for this, okay? But just hear me out. I'm going with Omen of Ice. There's mushrooms on the cover. One small batch here. One small batch here. Listen, this is my TBR jar. I can make the rules. Yeah. I'm calling this food. I'm calling this food because I cannot for the life of me pick promises and pomegranates or before the coffee gets cold again. And this is about the best I can do. I don't have like anything with food on the cover, okay? Got more mushrooms on the foiling. This is... Okay. This is a reversible dust jacket. I don't know what those are supposed to be. It's some type of fruit though. Okay, so hear me out. It's got mushrooms and fruit. Just look at this cover. I was minding my own business, scrolling through Pango books the other day, and I don't remember, I clicked on, I think it was for Jade City. I clicked on this girl's profile for Jade City she was selling, and then I saw this, and I was like, well, I mean, I'm already buying one book from her, why not buy two? I don't know anything about this book. I did it solely based off of the cover. This is also a special edition owl crate. Oh, that's cute. It's got like a little handwritten printed note from the author. Caltania? Is it Caltania or Caltania? Anyway, has spent her whole life training to become a bodyguard for a winter fae. It's the highest of honors for a druid. Only when Tanya arrives at the winter court for the first time, nothing is what she expected. Her assignment is the heir to the throne, Balin, and he doesn't want her protection. In fact, he wants her gone, yesterday. But Tanya will not compromise, even if he is the most arrogant jackass she's ever met, because something isn't right in the winter court. Everyone has secrets, from the Winter Lord to the kitchen maids to the rising faction that wants the prince dead. No one is who they seem. And now it's up to Tanya to keep her sacred oath and protect Valen, even when his smart mouth makes her skate the razor-thin edge between love and hate. But the more she gets to know him, the more she realizes his secret is the biggest of all, and might just get them both killed. Sign me up. Those are the 8 books that we're picking. What even month is it going to be? June. June? We haven't even got hot weather yet. Haven't even got into the thickums of summer, and I already want it to be fall. I need somewhere that is just fall all year round, okay? I need something that's like 70, like a good solid 68 to 72 degrees every single day, where I can leave my windows open all year long. Never ever feel like I'm suffocating, and never be freezing. So I feel like my fall time frame here is very short. I feel like the winter lasts forever, which I can't complain too much. I really don't mind that. I don't mind feeling stuck in my house. It gets absolutely frigid here. Like my old lady bones. I'm not even 30 yet, but I swear I have like the onset of arthritis. Again, it could be all the caffeine. Caffeine builds up in your joints. That would make the most sense, but I'm gonna be in denial of that for my whole entire life. It's not that. My little baby arthritis hands can't handle the cold. And then I get like my very short spring, and then I get smacked with like 85 plus degree weather for 3 or 4 months, and then I get a very small window again of like a month and a half of perfect temperatures before I'm stuck in the frigid cold for the next 4 months. It's a solid 6 months. Gross. Well, I don't like that. Anyway, long rant over. These are the 8 books that we're going with. It's only the 20th of May, so next week is when I will be recording my May wrap up, but it's not just going to be May, because I only read, I think, 2 or 3 books in April, so I never did a wrap up. It's going to be May and April wrap up coming out next week. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what books you plan on reading for June. If there's any new releases that you're excited about. Do I need to add more? No, but as always, you know I can't deny adding more to my TBR. That's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!